In today's episode of the Hexagon Challenge, it's the Europa League quarterfinals. Inter Milan over 2 legs. It's a tough ask. Can we progress? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well. If you're looking forward to today's video, then please do go down below and leave a thumbs up on it. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that button as well and turn that notification bell on if you want to be informed when a new video drops on the channel. So in yesterday's episode, we were in the Europa League second knockout round against Real Sociedad, a very entertaining tie which we progressed 5-3 in. Those 2 away goals in the first leg that we got late proving quite crucial. If you haven't watched the episode, I'll leave a link in the top right corner. Obviously we won that league, otherwise we wouldn't be still in the Europa League today, and we are taking on Inter Milan, the team who are currently top of Serie A, so a very tough task for us here. We have played 2 games since that last episode, both in League O, which feels a bit like a distraction at the moment. We're pretty much locked in for second, and that was even more so after we took on Lens, who were third at that stage in the game after that second leg against Real Sociedad, and bet them 2-0 away from home. Took us until the 12th minute to get our first goal, so a fairly good start from us here. Gabriel Fernandes ball and Dembele with a nice header into the top left corner, something you don't expect to be saying, a Dembele header, but he put it away. And then right before half-time, Quintero put Tessier in, a really nice finish into the top right corner for him, and that was the result, 2-0. You look at the stats, Lens actually did give us a bit to think about, but their chance is not as good as ours, and we were able to pick up a nice, comfortable 2-0 win, which should see us finishing second without a shadow of a doubt now. And if that didn't lock it in, as we show you guys the Lens ratings, in case you're interested, then the next result also should have helped. We took on Strasbourg and beat them 2-0 off the back of an international break. The 18th minute was when we got our first goal, or should I say 17th minute. Sevillano from a Dembele corner, burying that top right corner. And then in the 36th minute, Agume slotted Gabriel Fernandes through. Some nice work to get beyond his defenders here and then beat the keeper at his near post. And another 2-0 win for us here. You look at the stats, they didn't even get a single shot on target and only 1 away in the entire game to Strasbourg. So we thoroughly deserved that win, and it was good to get it. You can see one of their best players was called Moron. So a while back I was calling Goron Moron by accident. I think that might have been what happened. And also in that game you'll notice we had Soriano in goal. That was because Goron did pick up an injury. He's still dealing with it actually. It's a neck strain, but he will be available to play this game. So we've missed him for that one League O game, but he's back for the important one, which is good to see because he's definitely our best goalkeeping option at the club at the moment. Also Pascal Angelini with a minor injury, but he is not in the current squad, so we're doing okay in terms of injuries, touch wood at the moment. So I think what we're going to do is just get straight into this game, and we'll come back to you guys when the TV coverage starts. First up, it's the home league. Hopefully we can get some goals because it's going to be a tough ask. We are the home team for this game. It's the 11 you would expect from us, the formation you'd expect. Both our centre-backs on yellow cards, that's something to keep in mind. And the Inter Milan team, their front two are very good. They've got Foden and Berger in the midfield, and then Tsimikas, Skriniar and Bellerin at the back. It's a very good team. I think we're going into this tie as outsiders, so the pressure is somewhat off. But it is so important in this home league, it feels like. As long as we can keep them from scoring too many goals and we can get a few ourselves, we might be able to pull off an upset. And we're kicking off playing left to right in the red and white as Dembele flicks on a header, tries to find Flavio Henrique up front, but Inter Milan with the ball, they are playing right to left in their blue and black, the traditional nice looking uniform, that one, isn't it? And Tessier on the ball for us in the second minute. We'll find Ampadu. One thing, as I said, we'll have to keep an eye on those yellow cards for centre-backs. No point taking them off if we do get a yellow card to either of them, but it will mean they will miss that second leg. Dembele with an early pot shot, blocked, same with Ampadu, or I think it might have actually been a Agume there. And now Mulder on the ball, trying to get something going for us. He looks to put one in. He tries to find Henrique, can't. It's headed away to Agume, Ampadu to Puig. So we have a good little spell early of possession, but nothing comes from it. 0-0 after 5 minutes. Early issue in the 32nd minute. It's one that Dembele could run off, but I don't think I want to risk it, and we've got some good bench options here. So here's an early surprise, although we did this in the last episode. We'll put Enrique onto the right wing and bring Quintero on up front. He actually did just win the Next Gen Award, did Edwin Quintero, while Flavio Enrique, since the last episode, also won the Brazilian Olympic Committee Player of the Year. So we've got some obviously very nice players in this team here at Monaco. We'll make that change. Just hope that Dembele isn't out for too long. It's just a minor injury, but with that quality that we can bring on, it feels like we should do that. We are dominating this game, albeit without many highlights. 32 minutes gone. You also see some of these other scores at the moment, notably Celtic beating Real Madrid. That's of note, but 0-0 in our game just after half an hour. Free kick to Inter Milan, the first real highlight of the game, it feels like, after Ampadu has picked up a yellow. Foden carrying an injury, tries to put Durand in, but a good block there from Tapsoba, and it will go out for a Milan corner. Inter corner, it should be saying, really, shouldn't it? And Foden will put this in. He is headed clear by Mulder. Unfortunately, Enrique can't quite get on the end of that. Foden keeps the ball in two. They try and square it up for Romelu Lukaku, but Goron claims it. And we are inching towards half-time, albeit we now have a highlight. Tessier finds Puig. He puts the ball in the box. Enrique can't get his head to it, but it only goes out to Agume, so we do retain possession. Tessier, Puig, Enrique, his shot blocked. That's been the theme so far. Block shots, and it's still 0-0, but we have another highlight, so there's a lot of late action in this first half of the first league. Tessier, nice ball for Quintero. He's onside. Okay, it's a goal. That is a great start from us. We have been really dominating the game stat-wise, and now we have some reward for it. Wasn't able to see Quintero from this angle. It did look like he might be offside, just the inkling that you got. And we still can't see it from here, but he was beyond his defence, and he's put that away off the bench. We'll see if we get a better angle of the offside from here. We don't, but you can see the line. He's about a half stride onside, and there's too much pace, gets beyond the defenders, and we're 1-0 up going into half-time. Goal kick to Inter. We've got another injury, unfortunately. Mulder might have to come off at half-time, so this game's certainly taking a toll on the bodies. We might have to make 2 subs before the half-time break, or at least at half-time. We might only have 1 left for the second half. It's a good chance here for Durand and Lukaku, but Goron is able to tip that over the bar, and we hang on to a 1-0 lead for now. As you can see, they're trying to get me to take Mulder off. I think we'll just wait till half-time. Hopefully they don't do anything in these 2 minutes to make me regret that. Now Durand misses that header, gets the ball back into Sunderberger. And one of their players was offside, and hopefully we can get into half-time, still 1-0 up. And indeed, we can. If you look at the stats, really good performance. You can see they had a really good chance there late in the half, a couple of really good chances to be fair to them. But we were able to take ours through Edwin Quintero, lovely ball from Paul Tessier, and we have a 1-0 lead in the first league. As I said, it's good at the moment. The key thing, I suppose, for us now is to make sure that Inter don't score and get an away goal. And if we can get another goal as well, it will definitely suit us. Now, Mulder, potential groin injury. We've got Fernandez on the bench. I feel like it's just not worth risking it in terms of Goron, because he was so much better than what else we had in goal. It was okay to risk him, but these other injuries, we've got some decent options, so we'll make that change, give the boys a bit of a pep up, and get into the second half. So we've only got that 1 substitution left to make, so that's a little bit of an issue that we might have, but hopefully we can cling on to a 1-0 lead, and as I said, at the very least, make sure that Milan do not score a goal in the second half, because that away goal thing could be very important. 1-0 after 50 minutes. Free kick just outside the box. Puig puts this in. Now, Nianzu can't get to it. It wasn't a very good one, to be fair, and we are missing our free kick taken now in Dembele. And Ampadu will find Tapsoba. Ampadu on a yellow, but we've got him easing off tackles. Enrique makes his way in the box. It's a tackle. Simicast, it's a fair tackle, though. We're not going to go checking that for a penalty, even though Enrique was waving his arms around a fair bit. Now, Durand for Inter, looking to get something going. Lukaku, Blanco, Castrovilli, Agume with a slide tackle, just holds up things briefly. Now somehow that ball's got beyond our defence, and it's Simicast setting up Lukaku, and just as I talk about not conceding a goal, they've got one, and that is very frustrating. Not sure who that was. It's probably Tessier on that right hand side. You see Simicast, somehow this ball has got to him. Indeed it is Tessier. He probably had to do better there, but he did set up our first goal. So, and then it was just a simple tap-in for Lukaku, really. 1-1 after 60 minutes, and now it is Inter on the attack again. Druland making his way into the midfield. We don't want to concede 2 away goals. It's a good block there from Fernandes, but they will have a corner. And Simicast is going to put this in. And Goulon, though, even with that neck strain, is able to claim that nicely. 1-1 with half an hour to go. We are now in the last 20 minutes, and Agume's on the red heart, so we are just going to take him off. In terms of options, we've got Stamnik or Koulibaly. We've shaken up the bench a little bit in this team now, I think, in that role. Doesn't actually really matter who we put into that role, so I think Koulibaly with a bit more first-team football this season will come in, and hopefully we can get another, or at the very least stop Inter from getting one, as it's 1-1 with, as I said, 20 to go, but it is Inter with this highlight. Bellerin playing it back to Berger. They try and lump one for Lukaku, who flicks it on, but there's no one there to retain possession for Inter. And Fernandes will get the ball for us up to his brother from another nation, Gabriel. He makes his way into the midfield and drives forward quite nicely. Enrique will put it to Koulibaly. Alvaro Fernandes, the ball taken from him right on the edge of the box. And now Inter might get something going, although that ball straight at taps over, and we get something going forward yet again. Tessier up to Flavio Enrique just outside the box now. Puts a ball in. Quintero, his shot blocked. Fernandes, Koulibaly blasts one over the top. Still 1-1. Last 20 seconds, and it's Inter Milan with the throw-in, although we cut that out pretty comfortably. If we can get something now, it would be a little bit fortunate, but Busquets plays that into Castrovilli, and it feels like it's going to peter out to a 1-1 draw. The Inter player well offside there who could have done something. And it is 1-1. We got a good strike in the first half. I said a good header, I should say, for Quintero, but then it was Lukaku with essentially a little tap and sweep home in the 58th minute. And a game that we more or less dominated until we were able to get the same amount of shots on target as us, which is a little bit disappointing. But yeah, look, we can take some heart into the second league. It felt like we played better than them in that game, albeit it might be different at their house in the second leg. So what we will do is come back for the second leg after showing you guys the highlights of a Ligue 1 game against Montpellier in between now and then. Here are the scores in the other quarterfinals. Valencia 2-1 against PSV, Napoli 4-1 against Sporting, both those teams though getting players sent off, and Celtic a good 2-0 win at home against Real Madrid, so that is very interesting to see. We will come back for the Montpellier highlights, and then the second leg, 1-1, very evenly poised for this Europa League quarterfinal. Okay, so here are the highlights from that Montpellier game. We got off to a wonderful start. It was Alvaro Fernandes getting one of many assists in that game, fizzing one into Hudson-Odoi, who was running backwards, but powered that pass to keeper, top left corner. And we had a 1-0 lead early, but unfortunately not long after that, Cohen was able to find Hernandez at the far post. Herver not getting up to challenge him there. This was a rotation team, and after 16 minutes it was 1-1, and that was the score at half-time. However, Fernandes yet again was able to set up Hudson-Odoi. I'm not too sure what the goalkeeper was doing there, to be honest. Looked like it might have actually came off his leg and just gone through to Hudson-Odoi, but they pretty much gifted us a goal there, and it was 2-1. Then Amin Gary with a wonderful effort inside the final third, getting past the defender with sheer strength, and was able to bury that bottom right, and we were 3-1 up all of a sudden. Quintero put through nicely. Then there was a mess at the back from Montpellier, another lucky goal for us there, 4-1. And then in the 92nd minute, it was Callum Hudson-Odoi who was able to round out his hat-trick. Mert Mulder putting a ball over the top that the Montpellier defence was unable to deal with. Hudson-Odoi putting that away for his hat-trick, and we won that pretty comfortably 5-1 stat-wise. Look, Montpellier gave us a bit to think about, but we were very clinical with our chances, which was good to see. So we're going into this game in a nice little vein of form. Unfortunately, though, off the back of that hat-trick, Callum Hudson-Odoi picked up an abdominal strain in training, so he is going to be out for this, as well as probably the Coupe de France final, which is only a week and a half away now, so that's disappointing. Just found a good patch of form, his Callum, and he gets injured. That means that Pascal and Heleni will come onto the bench for the second leg in the Europa League quarter-final today, but otherwise, the same team as we put out in the first league. Hopefully we can get an away goal back and see if we can maybe beat these guys away from home, or at the very least take this into some added time or penalties. We'll come back to you guys when the match coverage starts. Inter versus Monaco, second leg, 1-1 after the first. So Inter Milan at home, just the one change for them. Sunderberger out, and in back comes Barella, a very good midfielder. He was suspended for the first leg, was Nicola Barella, so they're only stronger for this one are Milan, and we are the same as we were in that first leg. We are away. This is going to be a very tough ask at the current leaders of the Serie A, but if we can get an away goal, we are right in the thick of things here, especially if we can shut them out. That was a bit unfortunate, that second half goal. We can see it in the last game because it was looking good up until then. Early chance with Dembele, blast it wide. We are playing right to left, and it's the same uniforms as the first game. 0-0 early doors. Goal kick to Inter after 3 minutes. They play it short to Mancini out to Castrovilli, and hopefully we can turn this ball over and strike early in the second leg. As I said, get that away goal nice and early and really make them have to work for a result. Ballerino getting in the final third quite easily for them. Lukaku, wonderful save from Gourlon. We gave him a bit of a freshen up. We didn't play him in that midweek game in Ligue 1. We will talk about what that result means soon too. I forgot to do that before this game. The corner cleared out by Nianzou. We can't beat Castrovilli to the ball. It remains 0-0. Good tackle there from Gabriel Fernandez. It will be a throw-in, 0-0 after 4 minutes. Throw-in on the other side this time to Inter. Nothing coming from that first throw-in. But now Barella on the ball. Castrovilli out to Simicas in a fair bit of space. It's a tackle. Looked like a good one from Ampadu, and indeed it is. Now Dembele will find Gabriel Fernandez. He pumps a long ball. We nearly get that, and we do in the end. It was a bit messy, but we got there. And now Puig will find Flavio Henri, trying to get him behind the defence. He doesn't really do a good job of it, to be fair. It was always going to be tough from that angle. Comfy save for the Inter goalkeeper. It remains 0-0. And we now have a throw-in, which we do regain possession from, thankfully, because it looked like Lukaku might be making a bit of a nuisance of himself there, I should say. But we do keep possession, and now Mulder gets up to Gabriel Fernandez. Both Mulder and Dembele only suffering very minor injuries after that firstly, which was nice. Header from Dembele, a good chance. Straight at Livakovic in goal, though. Still 0-0 after 10 minutes. Goal kick to Inter. 40 minutes gone. It's been a very quiet first highlight-wise, but stat-wise, just like the first game, we are absolutely dominating them. So hopefully we can do something with that statistical domination. But at the moment, Bellerin, a nice run, and it looks like Inter might have something on the go here, although Gourlon takes that very comfortably. And we might be able to do something late in this first half. Hopefully this is our highlight. Nianzou out to Mulder. Can we strike right before half-time? Tap Sober out to Tessier. It will be a very similar case to the first league if we were able to get a goal here. Dembele making his way in field, just shuffles out yet again. Out to Tessier, back to Dembele. Tessier, they're linking up nicely down the right-hand side. Puig to Ampadu. A Mayhill of a shot. Tries to curve it in the bottom right. It is wide though. Still 0-0. Looks like it will be that score at half-time. And we go into half-time at 0-0. You can see the stats. We have thoroughly dominated that game. Just that one chance that Lukaku had. It was a good save from Gourlon. We've had a few chances, but need to be a little bit more clinical. Overall, though, we're looking like the better team. Now, Fernandez has a little bit of a niggle, so we might take him off for Amin Ghali at half-time. We'll do that change now, I think. The other option is we could, of course, put Flavio Henrique on that side too, and he's actually a better player, isn't he? So I think what we might do, we'll bring Quintero on for Fernandez. Flavio Henrique on the left wing, because he does like to run down the left-hand side, so that might suit him. And we'll put Quintero up front. That will be a half-time change. And hopefully, as we've got some very frustrated players, we'll tell them that we've been the better team, and hopefully we can turn this around and motivate these boys to have a good second half. We just need a goal at the moment. As long as we keep these guys to 0-1 away goal could be what gets us through. But yeah, at the moment it will be Inter going through with their away goal. 0-0 as we start the second half, 1-1 on aggregate. Throw in to Milan in the 55th minute now. Barella's got on the end of that. We're not very clinical. Oh, geez, Castrovilli gets a shot off, but Mulder, who I thought might have made a mess of that, does block it, and it will go out for a corner. As they're trying to tell me Tessier should be coming off. I'm not sure why, because he's on a green heart. Tap Sober heads that clear, and Dembele's going to get on the end of this, so this could be a good chance for us. Hopefully the highlight continues, and it does, although that's a pretty good foul by them, to be fair. I did say something similar a couple of games ago, so I can't complain too much, but it's still 0-0 at the 60-minute mark. Now, who's not having a great game? Quintero, we've only just brought on. Ricky Puig is only on a 6.5, so I think we're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at this game. In terms of creative options, I actually think Marco Stamenik's a better swap for Puig in this situation, so we'll do that and see if we need to do anything else. 0-0, but we're going to have to start throwing the kitchen sink at this very soon to get that goal. 20 minutes to go. We're going to start playing for set pieces, and I'm also going to take Agume off because he is on a red heart, very good player, but we will bring Koulibaly on for him. Those are our free changes. Let's hope that our front three can get something going. They haven't done a lot yet, so we'll see how we get on, but it will be 0-0 with 20 minutes to go. Throw into Milan, and it is in the 84th minute. This has been a very quiet game as Quintero nearly pinches the ball for us there, but unfortunately it is Inter with the ball, and that's a nice ball for Durand. He's in behind our defence here, but Gordon, a good save. That would have absolutely sewn things up, you would have thought, albeit if we got an away goal, then, as I say, we would have been back into extra time, I suppose. But at the moment, it is Inter. Simicast taking his time, as you'd expect, as they do currently have that away goal in their favour. Taps over with a good header out. Now, who's going to get on the end of this? Flavio Henrique, and this is a nice position for him. Likes to run down the left, although that wasn't great. And now we do have a free kick, though. Tessier to Ampadu. We take it short. Interesting option. Now, Dembele, Quintero, Dembele again. Here's a shot. That's a really poor one, though. And it's not looking like it's going to happen for us in the second leg at the moment. 0-0. We're in the last couple of minutes. We're going to have to go very attacking. Be a very direct, never time waste, be more expressive. What else can we do here? I think we might even put the wing backs a bit further forward and see how that goes. Who else we got? We can put Stamenik in an attacking midfield. We might even do this actually. So we'll try that just to see what happens, and we might even put Koulibaly now on attack, maybe just to sort of see what we can do. He can go on support. We'll just try and get these guys having a big crack at things as much as possible. We need the goal though. We've only got 4 minutes of extra time. We're on very attacking. It feels like we might be going out. We'll tell the boys to fire up, try and get a late goal, but we're already past the referee's time. And it looks like the Europa League is going to be too much for us to try and get here. At Monaco, they win on away goals. Just that goal we conceded in the second half of that first leg is what costs us. And look, they are a very good team. They should probably be in the Champions League. They're that good a quality, but it definitely shows that we really need to improve this team going into the Champions League next season. We dominated the game. We just didn't have anything to show for it. Our chances weren't really clear-cut, it's fair to say. So disappointing. Very good defensive effort, but we didn't get enough going forward, unfortunately, and that is what will cost us our place in this year's Europa League, and that means there isn't really a heck of a lot to play for, unfortunately, for the rest of the season either. And in terms of the other legs, you can see that Celtic have actually gone through, having lost 2-1 on the day against Real Madrid, but that 2-0 first league win is what's going to get them through. Sporting nearly overcame Napoli, but not quite, and Valencia kept their advantage over PSV. And we were also the last French team to be knocked out of European competition this season, because PSG actually got knocked out in the first round of the Champions League knockouts by Dortmund. So we were the last French hope. It isn't going to happen. So the chances of getting an extra team in the Champions League next season is very unlikely, unfortunately. But yeah, look, we gave it a decent crack, but it's not to be as the transfer story leaks, which I haven't actually brought up yet. We did put an offer in for Marcus Llorente. It might be a silly wage for him, 350k, but he could be an upgrade on someone like Puig in that midfield, and at the very least an exceptional bench option. It's the sort of depth I feel that we might need next season for Champions League. It's a free transfer, so the wage is going to be offset by that somewhat. Look, he looks decent enough, I think. I'm still considering that. I'm not too sure what we'll actually do with that as we run through these new news items. Tessier is injured. Okay, he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Also, Fernandez, 5 to 8 days. So we might be missing some players going into the Coup de France final. And also, Agume wants a rest. So luckily, we've only got that Coup de France final that's really important coming up, because after that result against Montpellier during the week, we are now 18 points clear of Lens, 22 clear of Stade Blesse. So we are definitely in the Champions League next season. That is a confirmed position. What isn't confirmed is how we're going to enter the Champions League, albeit I think on goal difference it's unlikely that Lens are going to catch us and they need to win all their games, and we need to not even get a single point out of ours. I think it's safe to say we will be entering in the Champions League group stage for next season, and because of that, apart from that Coupe de France final, as I said, we haven't actually got a lot to play for the rest of the season. Look at our schedule. We'll come back tomorrow for that Lyon game. I don't know if we'll even show you guys highlights around that because there might not be much point. As long as we just get a point out of any of these last 6 Ligue 1 games, then we will be entering the Champions League in the group stages and finishing second in Ligue 1. There's a very slim chance that we could win the title, but PSG would have to fall off a cliff. And I cannot see that happening, unfortunately. But that does it for today's episode, where, as you saw, unfortunately, we went out of the Europa League quarterfinals on away goals. And hopefully we won't be in the Europa League next season, but we'll see how we get on in the Champions League group stages next season, should we still be at the club. That's the other thing we've got to consider, which we'll probably look at towards the end of the season, if we do an end of season roundup episode, which might be the option considering how meaningless Liga currently is. But if you did enjoy today's episode, please do go down below and leave a thumbs up on it. If you do enjoy the series and the channel as well, please do hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. Leave a comment down below who you think is going to win tomorrow's Coupe de France final, Lyon or Monaco. They've got a manager who I really dislike. He's a bit of a douchebag, so hopefully we can pick up our 3rd Coupe de France in a row and second as manager at the club, of course, with Monaco having won it the year before we got here. And thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I will see you for that Coupe de France final tomorrow. Cheers.